Their makeup's on this morning. All right. Welcome this morning to your fun show host of the week, because we were off last week, of course, and we'll get all into that. But my name is Kelly Walker Slaughter, your host of Warren First 931. And with that said, guys, I hope that y'all had a great week last week. I was in full motion of recovery. I went in to get a hernia a hernia taken out or fixed, or however they do it. And Dr. Trolla did an amazing job after everything. After two doctors even said that it was an umbilical cord hernia. Luckily, it was just scar tissue built up from my two cesareans. So, but it just was mimicking an umbilical hernia, essentially. But I'm doing great. I was up and at it after 3 days. Of course, and that's probably the third day was my worst day in general. But, I'm sticking to doing just ibuprofen and Tylenol, staying away from the other stuff because I don't like it. But I appreciate all the prayers and good well wishes and phone calls and text messages about, their surgery and such. But again, I'm glad to be back in the studio here at Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli. Thanks to Matt and Anna for letting me use their facility as well. So again, it's just been an awesome time with doing this podcast. If anybody did not, first and foremost, I want to just throw this out here. My red ribbon cutting for Warren First 931, which I'm so excited to talk about, is going to be on Thursday, May the 23rd at 11:30. And you can see all the details on our Facebook page, as well as Twitter, Instagram, and more. Don't forget, I said, please join me in this amazing journey. I would love for anyone and everyone to come out and enjoy some good food and fellowship. I will be serving a little taste of McMinnville from local restaurants and more. And of course, I say this all the time on the show, I wouldn't be what I am today without my family, my friends, and of course, the community I live in. So please mark your calendar for May the 23rd, which is on a Thursday, from 11:30 to 12:30. If you can't make it, I completely understand. Don't worry. I'm going to videotape it or go live. One of the two. I can't decide. Or do both, for that matter. And thanks again to everybody that's on my team that has the same, they put in the same, they have the same heart just like me when it comes to community. And so shout out to all my girls, Amanda, Missy, Sheila, and of course, Melody. I couldn't do it without you guys. So that was one thing I did want to mention. Don't forget, today you can, after I get done with the podcast, I'm going to go make my deliveries. So of the newsletter, the Local Voice issue April 29th will be available to the public after 10 o'clock today. And exciting news, our location points wherever you're at is getting bigger and better. So here we go. You can pick up a hard copy at these locations. Of course, the McMinnville Warren County Chamber of Commerce, Melissa and them have done such a phenomenal job teaming up with me and making this transition of, broadening my horizon with the newsletter and allowing me to have it there. Jay's Restaurant, Junior's always been a huge supporter of me. USA Gym, shout out to Paige. Gateway Tire and Service Center, shout out to Katrina and them. She's always been like my hype woman, I tell you what. Cumberland Biscuit Company, and of course, Tops Frozen Yogurt, Metro Deli. Children's Advocacy Center, also Kimmy's Tea Room is new. The detention at the elementary is new. And of course, a shout out to my man, Dr. Peterson at Pinnacle Orthopedics in Middle Tennessee. I was also going to have them today. So they're actually still printing off. I'm very transparent. I was up till almost, I want to say 1 o'clock because I had some stomach pains. I I don't know if it's when the air they pump in you to fix you up or whatever, but you just got to get through that. That's the hardest part. And then, of course, the anesthesia. But with that said, I saw him on Saturday at the Sprint for Specials 10K, which is also featured in our newsletter, and pictures and more of all the winning racers for first, second, and third. But if you have not checked out our newsletter, please do so. There are going to be hard copies at each location. They're only going to get 5 copies each. If they need more, or if you want one, you can call me at 931-305-0869. You can call or text me and say keyword the local voice or the newsletter or something like that, and let me know, and I will make sure to get you something to you as soon as possible. Also, I want to say a shout out not just to all my YouTube subscribers. I know I took a break for a couple of weeks now, just playing and going around with that, but I have actually 2 computers going on right now. I have my main computer, and then behind me I have my Facebook peeps on watching me through my iPad. I'm trying to find ways to stay connected with you and to keep it going as I can. And again, Spotify, I'm playing catch up, but I figured out what happened with that account. And so now I'm going to work out the kinks this week with that and make sure to get back on for you guys, especially. So again, so many things going on, but to stay connected and to stay in the know is to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify. And TikTok I just may throw that account because they're still going through a lot of stuff. You're going to notice at these locations too, before I forget to mention this, that if you go by and pick up a hard copy, we're asking for donations because, paper and ink do cost. So I'm not telling, whatever is on your heart, there's going to be a little change box next to it, a lock box essentially. And you can put $1 in there, $2, $3, whatever you think. I'm not going to tell you a price. I thought I should, but then I was like, this is a community service, and everything that y'all put into the jar is going right back into the newsletter because it's growing ever so. And with that said, our main story on the Warren First 931's local voice is I wrote a story said not today, and that's focusing on families in crisis, new beginnings. If you do not know them, you need to. We have a lot of people in this community that need help, and they offer that to a few counties here, not just Warren. And they have there's a call, a 24-hour crisis line that they have, which is 473-6221, or you can call them toll free at the 1-800 number. And of course, remember, all calls are confidential. But that's the featured story this week because last week was Denim Day. And of course, if you didn't know what Denim Day was in general, again, here's what it pretty much is. Let me see if I can find it. Like scroll. Let's see. Okay, so Denim Day campaign was started back in, back in 1998. The Italian Supreme Court overturned a rape conviction because the justice felt that since the victim was wearing tight-fitting jeans, that she must help her rapist remove them, thereby implying consent. And it's just crazy to think that you can overturn it because of that. So with that said, every day on the 24th of April, because the women at the Italian Supreme got together, all of them, and wore jeans on this day. And so every April 24th, that is why it's called Denim Day, because of that case. And, again, it's just so sad things happen like that, but that's how it is. But it doesn't have to be that way. And Families in Crisis is there for you. Christy, Courtney, all of them, they are amazing at what they do. Okay. I'm going to turn my phone on silent real quick. I figured out how to do that too over the week. So lots of fun stuff I did. Another big story that we were talking about, my son was one of 20-something cast members at the Seussical Kids musical. It was over the weekend. It was on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you missed it, for shame on you. It was an absolute blast seeing the process of how all this works. Walker's had a ball doing it. They have one more day for the play, but it's for schools only. And so I believe that's going to be on a Wednesday. But there's an article about that. It's called A Speck of Dust Brought to the Stage to Life and Captivated Audiences. And everybody did phenomenal. I have to give it out to the girl that played Horton in this because she got sick a couple days, like, she was losing her voice, allergies or a cold or something. And so her mom was just giving her the medicine because she wanted to perform. She did not want to miss it. And you could tell that she, like, on one day, you could hear a little rasp. But other than that, she sounded good every day. Like, she made it happen. Her mom told me she was popping a cough drop in backstage and then spitting it out and getting back out and singing. Because that was one of the main roles, was Horton and JoJo. And they did a phenomenal job. The girl that played Macy the Bird was phenomenal. I mean, just everything. So I did a little story on that. I also did a little bit of a story on prom because prom was over the weekend as well. So you can see all the highlights there with the pictures that I got from some folks, as well as who was prom king and queen. So you can check that out in the newsletter. Also, Melody Krim was lucky enough to go down to the Special Olympics downtown, the Area 9 event that they did at Begonias. She did a little write-up for that. And then somebody on social media brought this up to me. The band is called the Pork Jackers. And they did I don't know if it's their first music video. I did Facebook them to say, hey, I would like to interview you guys. But with that said, you can find their video on YouTube. It was directed and shot by Connor Winton Productions, and they filmed it at Tejan's or Superama, however you like to call it down here. And it was really neat. And the video is called My Big Mouth. So, again, it's a local band that did a video locally, and it turned out really cute. I loved it. Another story, of course, over the weekend is what would you do with $16,700? And this is a showcase of the power of 100. And over the weekend, the Warren County Food Bank won that. And again, it's got the whole story there talking about Helen and everybody and more. Now, I got to do something, a shout out to Vanessa Miller with for Special K. It's their second year doing this, and it was a huge turnout. Once again, they had over 75 participants in this, and it just, again, the community, the volunteers, the businesses, Vanessa putting this together for Special Games was great. I got to see Holly out there. We did get Community TV TN was out there with me, and Jason Gross was out there with me, the sound machine guy. And we just had a blast. I was being DJ, like throwing it up and having just a good old time. And then, of course, we did a lot of interviews with some of the folks that were there that are, I feel like, staple pieces in our community. And I do also think this is really interesting, too, that I got to interview two lovely ladies, and they're the two oldest, and I hate to say it like that, but they owned it. They loved it. 70-year-old, trying to think of her last name before I say it. Donna Dunlap. She's a 70-year-old. She was the oldest runner on Saturday, and she was killing it. And guess I'm going to tell you, because her time's on here, and I wanted to read this, but she completed this 10K race in 1 hour and 33 minutes. And she was talking about how to live a healthy life and how, it's very important whether you walk, run, walk into the mailbox, whatever. She gets into that. She has been racing since, she said, since maybe 12 or 15 years ago. And she thinks she's been in maybe, like, I'm going to assume, because she couldn't kid at all, but maybe 20 or 30 at least races. Because she says she does she does like 3 or 4 a year. So, you've got to add the numbers up. And then I did also get to interview Miss Kathy Green. She was the next one in line. I think she said she was 67, but I am not positive. But with that, she did a phenomenal job. She got it done in 1 hour and 12 minutes. So, again, it's just so crazy thinking when as you get older, you think you slow down, but you don't. It's a choice. Everything's always a choice. And of course, early voting is just around the corner. So we decided to put this in there, just a shout out, little plug. I don't care to read it, but the headline is attention to our Republican, Independent, and Democratic parties. Please help us post your upcoming events here. We want to make sure to get this information out, whether you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent, because here at Warren First, we do recognize that it is very important of this election year. And if there's any events that's important to you, it's important to us. So, and it's our goal to just, be fair to all grounds. We don't need to have no negative Nancy's. So we just want to promote it because we live in a community that everybody has different political things, different religions. It's a thing. It's a thing. So, but if it's important to you, it's important to us. And we want to make sure to get that information out there for you. And of course, I'm not going to read it, but you definitely need to read the Dear Mrs. C's new spilling of the tea. We only have one this week, but it's a doozy. And it's about Relay for Life. So you need to read it. We're going to get more deets on that sometime this week. So for more details to come. And then, of course, my girl, Missy Telefaro, she's not just our weather girl. She's also our weather reporter and writing stuff about what all goodies she finds in the Farmer's Almanac. And you can read all that about her and more in that. We still have the In Search of Jobs page, of course, and then the Getting to Know Us. So it's just a little tidbit of what's going on in our community as of what we did last week. It was just a lot. It was a lot. So let's see. Go back. Don't forget senior walks. We had somebody ask over the weekend, does anybody have a list of the walks for other schools? And so thanks to the Warren County High School page, we do. And I shared it. And so it looks like Bobby Ray, and this is all on the dates for May 15th. Bobby Ray starts at 8 a.m. Dibble is at 8:30. Morrison is at 8. Eastside Elementary is at 1 p.m. And this is all on May 15th. Centertown Elementary is at 9:15. And Hickory Creek Elementary is May 15th at 8 a.m. West Elementary will be on May 16th, as well as Irving College. And West Elementary will be at 7:45 a.m., the first thing in the morning. And Irving College will be at 8:45. And that's all I have right now on those schools because that's what Warren County High School posted. But it is on our Facebook page. We did pin it to the top so it can be easy access for you guys. And of course, last week we did share this on our Facebook page and more. If you are getting much excited, like summer is here. When Main Street Live throws out the bands that are coming, oh my gosh, summer is just around the corner and school's fixing to end. But I think this is really neat, so pay attention. So on June the 7th, the T.C. Bryant Band is going to be performing, and that, of course, is a country band. If you don't know, that's Jimmy Bryant's band, Timmy Bryant's band. And shout out to him for all he does in this community. He got his car broken into at church and stolen. And so that's what I read. If I got it wrong, I apologize, Timmy. But he still showed up for the girls' practice, even without But again, he just has such a good all-around personality. I love Timmy to death and the band, and they do just a phenomenal job. They're amazing, talented people on there. On the June 14th is Taylor's Thread. It's a James Taylor tribute. On June the 21st, 4 on the Floor. It's a beach party. And then here is the exciting news. On June the 28th, I don't know how to get details on this, but it's going to be Battle of the Bands. And this is going to be where you guys out there in McMinnville, if you believe you got talent, you can come out and you can actually battle of the bands. I think it's super cool, super neat. If you want more details about how to become a part of Battle of the Bands, you need to call Main Street Live. And I'm trying to see if there are numbers on here. It is not. But all events that I'm mentioning, they open up at 6 o'clock. Bands play at 7. So all the vendors in downtown McMinnville is going to open up at 6, and then the band starts at 7. And remember, it's an alcohol, smoke, and vape-free venue. Okay, let's see. Stop the last one on there. Okay. Continuing on, let's see what we got here. So a shout out to Smooth Rapids. They say Sundays are back this week. The restaurant at Smooth Rapids will open Sundays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. through Labor Day. See you on the river. Now that's going to be some good chatter. There you go. So you heard it here. Sundays are back at Smooth Rapids. They're back opened. What else do we have? Let's see. I had more. I shared a lot of stuff last night as I was getting tired. But let me, before I forget, let's bring in Missy. Here is what your weather is going to be like for today. All right, there's my girl Missy helping out everybody on the weather. As the weather changes, it's an anomaly. Somebody just needs to give Mother Nature a hug, as I say. Also, the cafe at the Tree City Inn is, they said, join our team at the cafe at Tree City. We're seeking a head barista with at least 3 years of experience in specialty coffees. You'll play a vital role in training, setting up, and ensuring the success of our new cafe. Above all, we value teamwork, exceptional customer service, and a passion for crafting the perfect cup. You can apply now by emailing your resume to kevel.sheaf@intreecity.com. And it is also on our Facebook page, so check it out. I also shared the Warren County High School's post of more prom pics, which was really neat and interesting. I did also share all the pictures that I took of at the Sprint for Specials 10K as well in there. You can see all the winners. I had to do like 2 shots because after 76 photos, it just stopped. Crazy. Shout out to Douglas and Lanier Agency, Customer Spotlight, David Garrettson, Stone, and more. They said today we're excited to shine the spotlight on one of our valued customers. They were established in 2000 by Frank Garrison Sr. This family business has been dedicated to providing the best products at the best prices, and that is so true. So make sure you check them out. Judge Ryan J. Moore, always staying busy. He was at the Warren County Courthouse a couple of days ago. He says he always looks forward to days like this. It was a pleasure having Hickory Creek and Morrison Elementary students visit the courthouse today. And then he said the students asked some great questions and got a tour of the General Sessions courtroom. A big thank you to the Youth Services Officer Tara Wood Mullins for coordinating this event. And they looked like they had a really good time, I think. Join us for a Mother's Day luxury tea. It's going to be at Kimmy's Tea Room. For more info, call them at 474-2253. It's $60 per couple or $25 per each additional person. It's going to be on Saturday, May the 11th, which is Mother's Day weekend, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'm just going to use this for 2 of them. Yeah. Move. All right. If you missed it, or no, you haven't missed it yet, mark your calendars. They can't wait to serve you. Bates Hill Church, located at 6111 Old Nashville Highway in Centertown. They're having it looks like tacos on May 6th, 5 to 7 p.m. Let us serve you free community meal, dine in, or carry out. So, yeah, it's good times. We already talked about the senior walks. It's crazy how this is only just a few days away, but don't forget warmer weather is approaching, which means the Gilly Pool season is almost about to start. And I am so ready for summer times. Now, purchase your pool pass. The pass is good for Memorial Day to Labor Day. Single passes are $85 and family passes are $265. Please, our passes are good for water aerobics, lap swim, and daily admissions to the pool. The Gilly Pool is a great place to host a summer birthday as well. We offer party packages for $450. Parties are done Thursdays through Sunday from 6 to 8. Once the pool opens, of course, and the hours of operation are Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays 1 to 5. These are new hours for this season, so mark your calendars for May the 25th, the start of the best summer yet. So, again, so many things. See what else is going on. Okay, so once you read the little story that Missy Telefaro did about the clover, because I think she said you can actually get it at the co-op here in McMinnville. But if you want to know a little bit about it, she said she's looking, does anyone know where I can actually purchase clover seeds locally? And so there you go. It talks about it in there. If you also, too, last week missed the opportunity of seeing the Covenant Academy had their open house this past Saturday as well. There were so many events going on. But with that said, open house was over the weekend on Saturday. It started at, I think, 10 or 12. I can't remember. But with that said, they did say some people did show up and toured the building. And even some new students came. And some of the ones already there came just to, check it out and see how it all looked. But again, it was a big success because I say even if one came through the door, it's one more than they had. But you can meet Mr. Lewis anytime. And if you miss the open house, you still have time between now and the end of school year to call the school, set up a time where it's better for you. Maybe Saturday was just too busy because I know a lot of people had soccer champion games and such that day. So, which is fine. But with that said, if you're interested in taking your kid to a private school and you want to check out Covenant, you can call them anytime and set it up that works best for you. And Beth and Mr. Lewis will walk you around. You can do Q&As, ask him anything. He's very transparent. And if you haven't seen the interview that I did with him, I did share that last week. Please see that as well because he's just a funny guy all around, and he's so darn positive, and I love it. He's like my type of guy. Like, you go, Mr. Lewis. Let's see, what else happened last week? Of course, last week was Warren County Lady Pioneers. There was softball, soccer, and I think baseball's this week, but senior nights are happening right now because, of course, I can't remember exactly what graduation day is, but May, it's either the second or third week of May that the high schools having their graduation. It feels like it just gets earlier and earlier. Mark your calendars. The Midway Dibble community-wide yard sale. You don't want to miss this one. You can find some treasures, I tell you. It's on Friday and a Saturday, May 10th and the 11th. We have a little bit of everything because it is community-wide. You can find our map at the Facebook event page, Midway and Dibble Yard Sale 2024. So there you go. Don't forget, guys, I did a shout-out to Amanda Saint on this. Let's do this. There was one on the best of the best that Southern Standard does. She pointed to it, and I absolutely love it. Most devoted sports fan. She put Slim's name down, and that's Mr. Charles Engel. No, I can't think. But anyways, I know I miss Slim, so I'm not going to go off the cuff. But make sure you put his name down. He definitely probably deserves it more than anything. And, I always like putting smiles on people's faces just in general. All right. Let's see. Is there any other things happening? So Willowbrook Golf Course just posted they're looking to hire for our grounds crew. One full-time and one part-time position is available. Also, one or two part-time positions opened on the cart barn crew. Pay will vary. Some golf course knowledge does help. Email us at willowbrookgolfclub@gmail.com or come up, see us at the pro shop and fill out an application. Now, if this is like a summer thing, this would be a nice summer job for like boys and, for a boy and stuff, I think. Let's see. It says Hickory Creek. It looks like Heather Perriquet have been busy learning and playing. The experience was fun and tasty. Oh, look how cute. So Mrs. Faith and Miss Heather's class looked like they went to a farm. Looks like the Morrison Fun Farm. Let's see. We talked about that. Don't forget at the detention at the elementary. Come join them for bingo. Come early and order some dinner. At bingo, you can win some Tupperware, I believe, and some fun other stuff. The host is Mary Frances Nash. It's on Thursday, May the 2nd. Eat at 5, and Tupperware bingo starts at 6 p.m. at the detention. So make sure you check that out. Let's see. Mad Cow Running Company. Today they're going to be opening up at noon. Thank you for your support. So they are going to be opening soon at noon. Let's see. We did post that. And a shout out to Murdoch's for the delicious grilled chicken salad today for our office staff. So on Friday, I believe, the Warren County, they had like a little meal delivered to them, and I think that's great. Everything should be community oriented. If you are in Roxanne's Silver Sneakers classes, they are canceled for today, and that's at the McMinnville Parks and Recreation. We'll share that too. Let's see. I think that's all I see right now. Okay. Let's go to what's on the calendar. Before I forget to mention this, because I always do, I want to say a huge shout out. We are starting to get sponsorships for things, especially with the newsletter. And with that said, shout out to Gateway Tire and Service Center and also Heather Bain with Tree. I don't want to say it wrong. Hold on. Go back. Tree City Realty, Heather Bain. If you have any realty needs, make sure you check her out. They're also showcased on there. And of course, Randall Walker Farms. You can always give them a call for all your tree and shrub needs at 931-635-9535. But with Gateway Tire, I did want to do a shout out to this because it's going to go into what's happening this week. Of course, Back to the Strip is this Saturday. It's on May the 4th. It's always been the first Saturday of the month. If you want to go back to my video and check out whether it's on, I got it on Facebook and I have it on YouTube. If you want to check out the interview I did with Mary, Leslie, and Chris, check that out. It talks about all the details of that event and more. But it is this Saturday. And one of the turnaround spots is at Gateway Tire Service Center. Katrina and them are going to have live, they're going to have music. They're going to have hot dog, popcorn, and some Dr. Pepper. So it's always good. They always have fun out there. I will be out there playing some music for you guys. I believe, if I'm correct in my head, I have it written down, but I should be out there from 6 to 8. And then I will be hanging out with Steve and the gang at Sonic like I always do from 4 to 6. So it's going to be an absolute blast. I cannot wait to hang out and see all the cool looking cars and stuff. And just socialize. I always like it. It's like a big event they always do. But today is Monday the 29th. Nothing to my knowledge is going on today. And if there is, I do apologize. But tomorrow, there's a slew of meetings for the city and county. Historic Zoning Commission meetings tomorrow. The Board of Zoning and Appeals is tomorrow. And the Regional Planning Commission meeting is also tomorrow. On Wednesday, of course, is the Survey Time Showdown at Smooth Rapids. Everything at when they do their entertainment and games and such always starts at 7 o'clock. Trivia night is at as well. And then, of course, an early shout out to my adorable little cousin Brooklyn. I cannot believe she's getting older by the minute. She makes me feel old. But her birthday is actually this Saturday too. So shout out to you this morning, boo. Don't forget, Back to the Strip is also on Saturday. I think the festivities start at 10. I don't know, but I'll get more. I'm gonna get all my flyers together this week and then talk about everything on Friday. And then of course on Sunday Fun Day at Sammy Farm and Cow Rescue. It starts at 10. It's from 10 to 1. I'm trying to see anything else. If you haven't marked your calendars, there's going to be a garden party bingo with Caring Hearts United. It's going to be on Thursday the 9th. It's $5 per card. Yep. And it's going to be located at 303 South High Street here in McMinnville. And I'm assuming that's going to be the white building down there. Can't miss it. On Saturday, May the 11th at 10 a.m. is the McMinnville Special Games. They hold their annual Olympic event for men, women, and children with special needs. For the third year, this event will be at the Milner Recreation Center, located at 500 Garfield Street. There will be Olympic-style games for each and every contestant to participate in. Plus, we will have carnival-style games upstairs for everyone to enjoy. There will also be plenty of food and drinks for everyone. Each participant will receive a free t-shirt and a goodie bag. The adult event will be held at 10 a.m., so please arrive at 9:30. The children's event will be held at 1 p.m., and they ask you to be there at 12:30. So, and then, of course, next Saturday is the following Saturday on the 11th is the second Saturday. I'm trying to see if there's anything else on the list. It doesn't look like it. So, again, with that said, I hope this kind of helps everybody. I'm going to try to get better at my stuff. And I'm always growing. My podcast is the thing that I just keep. But don't forget, after I get off the show here, I'm going to go back home and I'm going to go get those newsletters and start delivering them out and about. And I'll make a post, let you know when it's ready for pickup anywhere. But it takes me, give me a couple hours. Because we're ever so growing. But if you would like to be a part of the newsletter and, or if you need us to talk about an event that you want us to be a part of, you can always call us at 305-0869. There's three of us right now that's writing stories in the newsletter currently. And like I said, it's ever so growing. We are still looking for somebody to do sports writing. I have a couple people that over the week made some suggestions, so I'm going to call them this week and maybe meet with them to see if they're interested in it. My goal is to be able to compensate these people somehow because I know it is a free service, but I always just feel so guilty sometimes. I'm just going to be honest. I would love to compensate some people with the work they put in because, they still have a 9-to-5 job, but I just, that's my goal at the end of this is to make it a real thing. I actually filled out my business license last week. So I'm really excited. We're looking for sponsorships for the podcast, our shows, our segments, the newsletter. We already got 3 and it's ever so growing. We actually have 5 total that are sponsoring the newsletter now. But if you or know somebody that might be interested in sponsorships, please let me know at that phone number. But other than that, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, Warren County, keep it first.